Okay, so I decided to make my vlog today because finally you guys have made so many, and I feel like such a slacker because I haven't made any. So I decided to finally do my first vlog on airport anxiety. Seeing as this is most appropriate because I just got back from Texas after doing research for 6 weeks, and I finally got to get on the airplane, and I feel like it is worth documenting my problems that I have with airport anxiety. I'm going to go through a list of bullet points that I've documented on this here notepad, and I hope that you guys will fun along for the ride. So first, security procedures. Does anybody else get like really nervous going through security? I always feel like while I was sleeping, someone hid a computer chip in like my underwear and I don't know, because when I go through the meter, it's like people are looking at me like, you got something, and I'm like, I don't have anything. At least I don't think I have anything. And then I'm always scared that my laptop is gonna like show up some really like bad files that people are gonna want to look at. And then I'm always scared because I never check a bag. Okay. And this will come up later. I never check a bag because it's like $20 to check a bag. So I always try to stuff my luggage into these little small, yet not so small suitcases that can fit through the conveyor belt and into storage. But people always want to give me side eye, like, how dare you not check your bag? It's like, you have 5 bags and like you have 2 kids carrying 3 of them, and then you're carrying like 1, and then your husband has 1, or your wife has 1, and I'm always thinking, like, you have 5. You're taking up so much compartment space. How dare you look at me like I don't deserve to not check a bag? I get really upset about it, but I think it's just all my anxiety, okay? So I don't like security procedures for that reason. Second, I don't like taking off my shoes at the airport. It really bothers me. I always try to wear socks and like a tennis shoe combination because I can't stand having my feet touch the icky ground. People do that all the time. They'll wear flip-flops and they'll just be walking around the airport. I'm like, how much foot fungus can you possibly want to catch? I don't know why, okay? Super germaphobe type moments. I get so flipped out about it. I'm just like, you should not have your feet touching the ground at the airport. I feel really snooty about it. I'm just like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Just wear some tennis shoes. It takes nothing to unlace them. I do it all the time. And I don't know. It just gets weird. Fear of missing plane. Okay, sometimes I think that I don't understand the necessity of getting places on time. I'll wander about going through like Bijou Turner, looking at all the crazy things like the scarves and the sunglasses. And then I'm like, oh, sitting at my terminal is going to be terribly boring. But then I forget, oh snap, they load the plane all super early. And then I'm running, and Atlanta's airport is extremely big. And then sometimes they change your gate. That happened to me like one time when I was going to, I think I was going somewhere like North Carolina, and they sent me to an international terminal that was going to Jamaica, and this was 30 minutes before my flight was supposed to leave. So you know I'm trying to run from T all the way to like F, and of course I'm like escalator, and then all these creepy guys at the airport are like, let's talk about where you're going. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere if you don't shut the H up. Okay, that's just another problem. People constantly staring. I think this is like, this goes into the whole having a big bag situation. Okay, I know a lot of people don't like it when people bring suitcases above a certain size limit on the airplane, but sometimes for broke college kids like me, it's most appropriate. I'm not gonna lie to you when I say my parents throw me under the bus when it comes to paying for like luggage at the airport. They think, oh, what are you gonna do? I mean, carry a couple of jeans, like a few shirts and some shoes, and throw yourself some Purex sheets in there. Keep things washed. You'll be fine. That's fitting in this suitcase size. And then I get all my stuff in there and I'm like, this is crazy, it'll never fit. So I get on the plane and I'm trying to load it, and people are staring at me like, she's one of those people who put her bag there and they don't know any better. She's probably poor. She probably don't even know how to fly. Shame on her. Let me put my big old suitcase above. Let me judge her because she's got problems. And I'm always looking at people like, don't judge me. You don't know my life. I could be going all the way to Germany and I've already checked 3 bags and I'm at my limit. I can't afford it. What do you know? What do you know? But then it sucks. And I usually get over that anxiety and then I just sit down. Which brings me to my next point, Is it me, or do I feel like I'm always just sitting in between really cozy people? It always sucks because those people are always wanting to like lay their head on your shoulder, and then they want to talk and smile in your face, and you're just like, these are really close proximities. And I don't know if you know, but I'm really claustrophobic. I'm freaking out because I thought that this seat wasn't even inhabited by anybody but myself. So it's kind of awkward. I remember once I had a flight to Boston. I was the only person in the 3-row seat. Definitely took advantage of it. I like spread across all those seats and slept. I was like, I really don't want to sit next to anybody. Especially it sucks when people like don't want to eat their airplane food and they offer it to you. And I have to admit, I never eat before getting on a plane because sometimes I feel like a little motion sickness when we like pull up into the sky. So I don't eat. So then when I get on the plane and people are like, do you want my pretzels? I'm like, only if you're sure you don't want them. And they're like, no, I don't want them. And I'm like, okay. And I take them. And they always look like, how dare you take my pretzels? I wanted those pretzels. I can't believe this heifer took my pretzels. It's like, I took your pretzels because you offered them to me. And I was really about to start gnawing on the seat. But because you offered an extra thing of pretzels, I'm going to be good for the next hour that we're on this plane. No, they're not happy. So word to the wise, never take pretzels from anyone, even though they say they don't want them. Truth is they want them, they just don't want you to want them. And if they don't want them, they're going to store them in the seat for someone else to come. I don't know, it's all about giving. Not too much to drink. That is my next thing. Why is it that AirTran gives you these salty snacks and you're sitting there like there's ultimate salt and I'm just so thirsty and I always get ginger ale and I'm just like ginger ale, like I might as well yell, "This is Sparta," while drinking it because I feel like some barbaric warrior having my first sip of water after like a 10-day pillage. I'm just like, this is amazing. And then they come by and they're like, dude, would you like anything else? I'm like, how about a whole can this time? But you don't want to be crazy because you're just like, well, I mean, I'm good. I'm totally good, you know? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then they're like, anything else for you? Are you sure? I'm like, well, don't give me any more pretzels. I would prefer to have some more ginger ale. And then they look at you like, we can only pop 1 can per flight. And you're just like, you know what? Fine. I'll go drink out of the toilet like all the other people. Jesus, it just gets very difficult. Don't go to the bathroom. Here's another thing. When I was on the flight to Texas, there was this woman who was just like, you know where the bathroom is? And I thought that was very perplexing, but I come to find out she didn't fly much. So she really actually needed some assistance. So I was just like, okay. So I go to help her. Well, I don't go to help her. I'm not holding her hand to the bathroom. I turn around and I point, lavatory, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Felt like a stewardess. And then I was like, if they say unoccupied, usually you can go in. Occupied means you can't. She's like, okay. She's like, are they big? I'm like, nah, they're like cubby holes. And she's like, oh, okay. And I simply thought to myself, I hate going to the bathroom on the airplane because it's like you turn around, toilet, you turn around, sink, you turn around, it's like door. So which way you go, it's like you have some chance of falling into an embarrassing situation. And I've always had this fear that maybe if my pants were down, that I would somehow end up like falling out into the plane with my pants down, like, I'm just having a bad day. I don't know. I guess it's just the whole anxiety of the thing. And that's pretty much it. I'm probably going to vlog something else. Next week's topic is most definitely about hand washing. I've got to tell you people how to keep your hands clean. Demonstration and rap to come.